R is 0, R start from 0 to K, and the binomial distribution, which is NCR, P raised to R, Q raised to N minus R, where P is the probability of positive deviation and Q is the probability of negative deviation, and which is equal to 1 by 2. So here we have to apply and we have to calculate this, and let us say it as P dash. So now if the value of P dash is less than equal to 0.05, 0.05 is nothing but the level of significance, and which is 5%. So we reject the hypothesis if P dash is less than 0.05, and if P dash is greater than 0.05, we conclude that data do not provide any evidence against alternative hypothesis, and we say that we may accept the hypothesis. So if P dash is less than 0.05, we accept the hypothesis, and if P dash is greater than 0.05, we accept the hypothesis, and previously we reject the hypothesis. Now this is the case for the small sample. Now for large sample, say n greater than 30, then U may be regarded, or U may be regarded as asymptotically normal, and we can apply normal test. So here also, when we are applying normal test, we should recall the one property of a binomial distribution, that approximation of a binomial distribution to the normal distribution is that for large value of n, binomial distribution will follow the normal distribution. So we are knowing that the property, we are knowing that what are the mean of the binomial distribution. Automatically you will say the mean of the binomial distribution is NP, small n p, and the variance of binomial distribution is NPQ. So here mean of the binomial distribution NP, and the value of small p is 1 by 2. Therefore, expectation of U equal to n by 2. And variance of U will be NPQ. Similarly, which will be equal to n into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, and which is equal to n by 4. Hence, for large value of n, it will follow the normal distribution or normal property. So what will be the test statistic, or what will be the test procedure? The test statistic will be Z will be equal to U minus expectation of U divided by under root variance of U, and which will follows the normal with mean 0 and variance 1. Okay, so hence we can apply normal test. So here let us see in the slide. So one example is there, and I have explained, I have tried in the example how we can test or apply or calculate one sample sign test. So example is that the following are the measurement of breaking strength of a certain kind of 2 each cotton ribbon in pound. Now data it's given on the screen, and which is 163, 165, 160, etc., 163, 187, 173. Use the sign test to test the null hypothesis mu equal to 160 against the alternative hypothesis mu greater than 160 at the 5% level of significance. So here our mu is 160. So here we have to test near 160. So here we will define x as the or number of a positive deviation or u is as we will take the deviation from 160. So let us see here only first example in first data it is 163. So 163 minus 160 the deviation will be positive. Second data for second data the deviation will be positive. For the third data the deviation will be negative and so on. In this way you can assign or give the sign positive and the negative value. Now you will automatically say if the data or the sample or the data are same. So here also one of the observation I have taken it to be 160. Okay, in the next example I have tried to explain. So in here also if the data is same means 160 then automatically we will assign the value 0 and then here that sample we have to discard from the data and we have to proceed with the rest of them. So solution for the data it's like this. Our null hypothesis is mu equal to 160. Level of significance is 5% which is 0.05. Now what's the test statistic? The test statistic is x is equal to observed number of plus sign. So here we will categorize the x as like this. X greater than 160 then assign positive sign. X less than 160 then assign negative sign and if x is equal to 160 then assign 0. Hence we have such type of data plus 0 etc. So which you can easily calculate by just seeing only data that you can assign the sign plus sign or the negative sign. Now here the n is the total number of observation with plus sign and the minus sign and which is equal to 19. Here we have discarded one observation because one observation was 0. So actually 20 observation were there and we have taken only 19. Now here we will define x as the total number of plus sign which is equal to 15. So here the samples become small and therefore we will apply binomial distribution or we will take the binomial test and the probability of x is greater than equal to 15 and which is equal to probability of x is equal to 15 plus up to probability of x equal to 19 only. So we will here directly start from 15, 16 we will calculate the probability for 15 size 16 and up to 19 and hence we will get by applying the calculation and binomial distribution we will get the value 0.0095. So here what's the decision? The decision is the probability calculated is less than 0.05. So the null hypothesis is rejected and we will conclude that mean breaking strength of a given ribbon exceeds 160 pound. Now here I have told we have seen for the small sample. So how to apply it for the normal test or for a large sample? How we will calculate? So it is next example. The following data in tons is given and with the amount of the sulfur dioxide emitted by a large industrial plot in the 40 days. So here you have to apply sign test to test the null hypothesis mu equal to 21.5 at the 1% level of the significance. The data is given to you. So here we are mu or the population average is nothing but the 21.5. So here you will say whether the sulfur oxide emitted by a large industrial plot is greater than 21.5 or less than. Then the data for the 40 days are given and it is this one. Again say apply the same procedure. Calculate the positive, assign the positive sign. So here the first data whether it is equal to greater than 21.5, assign the positive value. If it is less than 21.5, assign negative value, and hence you will get the deviation plus sign, minus sign, etc., etc. Okay, so here same procedure, null hypothesis will be mu equal to 21.5, level of significance is 5%, the test statistic is plus sign, so assign plus sign for the greater than 21.5, assign negative sign for the 21.5, and if it is equal, assign the value 0. So these are all sign which it is easy to obtain. Then next comes, so here our n, the number of observation is 40, so we will use normal distribution. So we will apply normal statistic. So under HO or under null hypothesis, the test statistic is z equal to x minus n theta upon root upon n theta minus 1 by theta. So here also x minus np upon under root np into 1 minus p, and 1 minus p is nothing but the q. So here the p is nothing but 0.05 and n is the number of sample size, and z is equal to 16 minus, I have interpreted or I have the given calculated the value, and which is the calculated value of z is minus 1.26, and taking the mod I am getting 1.26. So what's the conclusion? So from the before drawing the conclusion, the critical value or the z tabulated value for here we can check for the 1% also, and we can check for the 5% also. So for the, let us check for the 1%, the tabulated value from the normal table, it is 2.33. Now here we are getting the calculated value less than tabulated, as calculated value of z is 1.26 and which is less than 2.23. So we accept the null hypothesis, and thus we conclude that the amount of sulfur dioxide emitted by a large industrial plant is greater than 21.5. So this was all about one sample sign test. Now comes one sample run test, and in one sample run test, let us take Wolff-Wolfnitz run test. What is this test tell us? So here suppose x1, x2 up to x1 n1 is an order observation samples from a population with a density function f1 dot, and let y1, y2 up to yn2 be an independent ordered sample from another population with a density function f2 dot. So here two samples have been taken. Now here we have to combine both the samples and arrange them in an increasing order of a magnitude. So let us combine two n samples, arrange the observation in an order of the magnitude to give us the combined ordered sample, say x1, x2, y1, y2, y3, etc. etc. So here also the property on ordered statistic has been applied. So which is the main property which has been used in the non-parametric test. So next comes the test. Now how to define run? A run is defined as a sequence of a letter of a one kind surrounded by a sequence of a letter of the other kind, and the number of element constitute a run. So if the data is like this x1, x2, y1, y2, then first run is completed after C in above data x1, x2, then comes y1, y2, then x1, x2 is first run, y1, y2 is second run, and the test procedure is the null hypothesis is f1 dot is equal to f2 dot, and the sample here we will test that the sample have comes from the same population. So here also count the number of runs one by one, and let us define it as u. Then next comes the procedure, the distribution procedure, and here we have to apply the reject the null hypothesis if u is less than u0, where the value of u0 for given level of significance is determined from considering the distribution of u under HO. So actually distribution procedure is given to you, and I think so this we will discuss in the next session. So here let us conclude or what we have talked here, because it the non-parametric test also the test procedure is are wide, or the test related to the non-parametric test are wide. So it is difficult to conclude or take each and every test in the one session. So let me conclude, or let me stop here, and in the next session we will talk the test, different type of test one by one. Okay, so here today in this session only we have talked about what is non-parametric test, its application or its advantage and disadvantage, also uses of the non-parametric test, hence and etc etc, and only one test we have talked, which is one sample test. Okay, so here I Dipti Vyas concluding my today's lecture, and we will continue in the next lecture. Okay, so thank you student.